Hello everyone, welcome back once again to another amazing episode of AC900 with Piyush. This is the ninth video in the series, and in this video, we're going to talk all about Azure container instances. I've tried to do something different in this video to make your learning experience more interesting and exciting. And without any further ado, let's start the video. Let's have a look at the agenda for today's video. We will be mainly covering 5 topics. In topic 1, we will see what are containers and how it is different from virtual machines. In topic 2, we will briefly discuss the benefits of using containers. In topic 3, we will see how Azure container instances work. In topic 4, we will log into the Azure portal and do a demo of setting up an Azure container instance. And in topic 5, we will do the knowledge checks for AZ900 certification exam. Before we start containers, let's talk about how a virtual machine is provisioned. So you have your physical server that sits somewhere in the data center in case of a public cloud or your personal desktop. On top of that, you have an operating system that lets you interact with the physical machine, such as Windows or Linux. Then you have your hypervisor, which makes this virtualization possible. Now, what exactly is virtualization? Well, it allows you to run multiple operating system instances concurrently on a single computer. That means you can run Ubuntu, Fedora, CentOS all at the same time on top of your Windows machine with the help of virtualization. In case of a public cloud, your physical server over here is a shared hardware that is being used by multiple organizations and users at the same time. When you request provisioning a virtual machine through a cloud console, it lets you provision a guest VM on top of the hypervisor. But at the same time, other users and organizations are also using the same physical hardware underneath with a separate guest VM. Each user install binaries and libraries on top of it and then your application. A virtual machine is a software emulation of a physical machine which allows multiple operating systems to run on a single physical machine. Virtual machines are also isolated from each other and from the host machine, which provides security and stability. Now, if we talk about containers, it has the same physical server underneath and host operating system on top of that, but instead of a hypervisor, it has something called as container engine. Well, container engine allows you to run multiple container instances on a single operating system kernel. It works the same way as hypervisor, but for containers. As hypervisor is for running multiple virtual machines on a single operating system, container engine allows you to run multiple container instances on a single operating system. Container has a lot of advantages, like they are lightweight alternative to virtual machines with all the required libraries and binaries packed within. Containers share the host operating system kernel, which makes them more efficient and portable than virtual machines. I hope you are enjoying the video till now and you have liked this new concept of animation and graphics. So if you did, let me know in the comment section, and if I get 500 likes in this particular video, then I will try to make all my upcoming concept part of the videos in the same format. What are you waiting for? Go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and let's continue with the video. Now let's quickly see how container instances work, and then we will jump into the demo. Your development team packages your application along with binaries, libraries, and configuration into a container image. These images are then uploaded or pushed to a container repository. It could be a private repository such as Azure Container Instances or a public repository such as Docker Hub. Then using the Azure portal, you deploy these images from the repository to Azure Container Instances, which is a platform as a service. That means all the admin work such as upgrading, patching, and infrastructure management will be done by Azure for you, and you just have to worry about your code and containers. Azure Container Instances allow you to upload your containers, and then the service will run the containers for you without you worrying about the underlying infrastructure. Right, so I have logged into my Azure portal and I'm just gonna create a new resource by clicking over here. And the resource type would be container instances. So I'll search container instances over here, this one, and then click create. Now it'll ask you few basic details such as your subscription detail. I'll use the existing resource group, or you can create a new one. Give this container instance a name. So test demo AZ900, and then you select a region. I'll just let it provision itself in the default region. There are three type of image sources over here. Quick start images, which are basically the pre-built templates created for you, and you can use it for your testing purpose, such as a hello world Linux image over here, or an Nginx image, or a Windows Server image. Right, you can choose from either of those. Or if you have an image already uploaded to the Azure Container Registry, this is your private registry, so you can choose from there as well. You provide the container registry details like name. If you already have it created in your Azure account, then it will be visible over here in the drop down, or if you have access to it, then the image that you would want to use and the image tag, all those things. Or you can use any other repository as well, like a public or a private repository. If it is a public repository, that means it will be by default from the Docker Hub. Or if it is a private repository, then you can provide the repository details like the login server, username, and password. Right. For this demo, I just wanted to show you all the different sources that we can use as part of Azure container instances. And I'm gonna go ahead with the quick start image, which is basically a Hello World Linux image. And here are the size details of this Azure container instance. Your virtual CPU and memory, it doesn't have any GPUs, and you can change the size as well. And next is networking. If you would want your application to be accessible over the public internet, then you choose public, else go with the private option and fill in all the other details. Next is advanced section, which has a few basic Docker related commands that you can enter. But for this demo, just this one is sufficient, and you review everything and click on review and create. It says validation passed, and then you can click create. All right, it took few seconds and then your deployment is completed. Now let's go to the resource, and your container is running. The start button is disabled. That means it is currently running. You can restart it, stop it, or delete it from here. And on the left pane, you have all the other details like containers over here. If you click on that, so this is the name that we gave to the container instance, and it has one container running with the image that we have used. These were the events that happened, like it pulled the image and then it started the container. And if you want to connect to this container, you click over here to the connect button, and you can just SSH into the container basically. Or if you want to see logs, you can view it from here. Like it says your container is listening on port 80, and here are the properties as well. Let's go back to the overview button again. And here is the IP address on which the container is listening on port 80. So let's copy this and paste that into our web browser over here on port 80. And here is our container listening on port 80. So it is just a static website that was part of the quick start image that we have used. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you like it. I hope the content was useful as always. If you have any difficulties in answering any of the questions or understanding any concepts that we have discussed so far, feel free to reach out to me over Discord, LinkedIn, or just post your comment in the comment section below, and I will try to answer as soon as possible. Also, don't forget to join our upcoming Saturday live session at 10 a.m. EST, which is 7:30 p.m. IST, and I will try to answer as much as question. Also, there'll be a special guest joining me every weekend. So stay tuned for that as well. I will see you soon in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.